Cambridge ICT 23 June paper 22 word processing. Let us do the exam from the very beginning. It always says you have been supplied with the following source files. Let us check that we have exactly the same named files. So we have the source files. Okay, let us do the evidence because every exam starts with an evidence. Open the file J2322 evidence.rtf. So this is the evidence file. Double click on it and it opens in Word. You may have to enable if you need. Okay, so make sure your name center number will appear on every page. So you insert header, for example, blank header, and then put your candidate details and they have to be correct, e.g. forever. Okay, whatever. Then you also need to save as with the name evidence followed by your candidate number. Okay, so you file, save as, and then 23 June paper 22, change it into Microsoft Word and give it the name evidence followed by your own candidate. And okay, because you are upgrading to a newer file version. Okay, that is the evidence that will keep on with us till the end of the exam. Let us do task 2 document. You are going to edit a document about virtual cycling. They always give you a scenario. The company uses a corporate house style. Styles is something very important. Creating styles and applying styles is something very professional. Paragraph styles must be created and applied. You have to do a paragraph style. Okay, when time comes to talk about styles, we will investigate what styles are there in the document. Using suitable software package, open the file J2322 virtual.rtf. So we go to that file. This is virtual. It is RTF, so when you double click on it, it opens in Word. You have to enable editing. Okay, so this is the text that you are going to format. The page setup is set to A4. Okay, don't change it. Landscape orientation, it is already landscape. Don't change it. With 2.5 centimeter margins. Do not make any changes to these settings. Okay. 3 paragraph styles have already been created. When time comes to examine styles, we will try to figure out what are these 3 styles. Do not make any changes. Please be careful. Do not alter the styles applied to regions in the file. Because while you are doing your work, things may change unintentionally. You have to bring it back to the original. Okay, save the document in your work area. Your work area is your folder as a document, which means save as Word and get away from that RTF and give it that name. So you have to do a file, save as, and this is your work area. Change the type from rich text format to document and give it that name and save. And this warning is just because you are upgrading to a more recent file. Okay. Okay. Make sure it is saved in the format of the software you are using. We did that. We changed it from RTF into Word. Place in the evidence document a screenshot to show this file has been saved. Make sure there is evidence of file type. Okay. Okay. So this is the file type, the file you saved. However, Microsoft Word is not totally visible. I would like if you can decrease the width of that column and increase the width of that column until all file types are visible. Actually, the examiner is only interested in this, but I will take a screenshot of the whole window. I would like also the folder name to appear because in the final, you will be asked to make that your own name. Okay, so this is evidence, snipping tool, and new, and you take a picture of that, only that region, and you go to the evidence. After step 1, between step 1 and step 2, you paste. And I would recommend that you click on button save every time you paste something in the evidence. Okay. Okay. That was only worth 1 mark. It's a good start. Okay. Place in the header of the recycling document. So, because you don't want you to put it in the wrong file, in the evidence already has a header. Okay, place in the header of the evidence the text report by, followed by a space, your name, center number, candidate number, right align. Okay, so you insert and you need to use header, 3 column, and then go to the right and type that text that is report by, and then space, put your name, your center number, your candidate. Okay, nothing else in the header, so you have to get rid of these placeholders. Okay, place in the footer automated page number, right align. This is insert and then footer, 3 columns, and go to the right. You have to put page number. You rather use page number, current position, plain number. So the page number goes in place without altering other things. Actually, I don't need the other thing. Only, okay, I have to get rid of this and get of this, these 2 placeholders. Let us do this again in the correct file. So this is the document, and in the header of the recycling document, insert header, 3 column, and you get rid of that, you go to the right of the header, you put the text report by and a colon, and then you put your name, center number, candidate, and then insert footer, 3 column. Okay, you go to the right of the footer and place automated page number, right align. So this is page number, current position, plain number. And you have to do this in the right file, not in the evidence file. Okay, okay. And that, okay, we can close this header and footer. Okay, and those 3, make sure they always go right when I use 3 column. All alignments match the page margins. Okay, so this is really on the right, and this is truly and really on the right. No other text and placeholder. I already got rid of those placeholders. Headers and footer are displayed on all pages. If you are properly using headers and footers, they will appear on every page. Okay, that was worth 3. Select the subheading benefits and the following text up to and including the paragraph ending being developed continuously. Change the page layout in 2 columns. Okay, so starting from benefits, the subheading benefits, down to and including that being developed continuously. Let us see, where is that? Yeah, here is being developed continuously. So you have to highlight from benefits down to the paragraph ending being developed continuously. Okay, you have to apply 2 columns only to those lines. Okay, so page layout, and then columns, and then more columns, and make them 2. Okay, and 2 centimeters space between them. The spacing here, make it 2. And click OK. So as you can see, only the highlighted text is formatted into 2 columns with a 2 centimeter space or gap between them. Whenever you think you did something worthy, just click on buttons. Okay, now it is time to talk about styles. Create and store the following style, just 1 style. Basing it on the default normal. We have to be careful to do this. Okay, normal paragraph style. Okay, if you are dealing, let us remove that highlighting. If you are dealing with styles, you open that window. Okay, and before dealing with styles, let me investigate how the styles are already applied to this document. So I click on that virtual cycling and it has style title. Okay, And here it has a style body. Okay, let us look at that table. It also still has body. Okay, so what are the three styles? Body is applied to everything, or including the table. I think the table should have the style table. Eventually, they will ask for that. Okay, and then here, put the pointer here beside virtual cycling is a grow in that paragraph, and take note that it already has body style. Because when you create a new style, it will be based on body. You change it to be based on normal. And when you are finished creating the style, it will be unintentionally applied to that paragraph. Bring it back to body. Okay? Okay, this is how styles always work. Okay, so click on that button to create a new style. Okay? The style name should be VC-subhead. Probably this will be applied to subheads in the document. Okay, so the name is VC-subhead. The style type is paragraph. Okay, I'm happy with that. Based on VC body. This is not the way it should. Please change it to be based on normal and make sure this will appear in the screenshot. So base it on normal. Okay, and then let us apply the formatting. It should be serif. Change the font Arial into Times New Roman. It should be 16, so the font size should be 16. And center, change here into center. Bold and italic, this is bold and this is italic. Line spacing is single, I can control that in format paragraph. Line spacing is single. Space before paragraph, space before after paragraph. Before is 0 pt, after should become 8 pt, and pt stands for points. Okay, okay, so this is okay. And when you click here, okay, when you click here, okay, see, it is unintentionally applied to that paragraph. Please change it back into body style. The style is created and saved, and its application here is undone. Okay, okay, now you need to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, show you have defined the setting for VC-subhead. So click on that arrow and click modify, so you have the window open again, and click on snipping tool, new, take a picture of that, and please make sure you close that window before you will be able to switch to the other file, the evidence, and paste it here, step 4 evidence, and click on button save whenever you insert an evidence. Okay, okay. Make sure there is evidence that you have based it on the default normal. Place it in the evidence document. Okay, 2 marks earned. Identify the 4 subheadings in the document and apply the VC subhead style to each one. They are 4. Probably this is VC, a subhead. And this also should be a subhead. And this should be a subhead. Where is the 4th? Yeah, virtual cycling apps, that should be a subhead. Okay, you have to figure them out yourself. Okay, locate and move the paragraph. When the exam asks to move a paragraph, I do cut and paste. Locate and move the paragraph. Cycling is an excellent, it's a paragraph, so that it appears as a new paragraph immediately after the subheading benefits. Okay, so I will cut and paste. Cycling is an excellent. Okay, try to look for it yourself. However, you may also use the find feature. Put the pointer at the beginning of the document and click on find and type the text, cycling is an excellent, whatever. Okay? Okay, this is the paragraph. Let me tell you something. If you like to highlight a paragraph, 3 times click. 3 times click. Okay, it is now highlighted. And then click cut. And then put the pointer here just before the paragraph at the beginning of the paragraph that starts with another and click on button paste. I think now it is moved in place as a separate paragraph. Okay, as the exam is saying, as a new paragraph. Okay, next. Import the image J2322 cycling.jpg. Definitely, this should be in the evidence file. And place it in the paragraph beginning, cheating has become. Where is that cheating has become? Yes, here I can see it. I can see it. This is cheating has become an issue. Okay, it is. So the pointer here, insert picture, this device, go to the desktop, and the folder is 23 June paper 22, and this is the picture, whatever cyclist. Okay, it looks like it is an upside down image. Okay, rotate it 180 degrees. This is rotate. Okay, you can better control it by go to more rotate options and make the rotation here 180, and click OK. See, now it looks normal. Okay, so rotate it 180 degrees. It comes in the correct orientation. Format the image so that, let me remind you, when you have an image, you will have here picture tools. When you are clicking on a picture, you will have here picture tools, and anything you need will be in the picture tools. Any formatting you need, it will be. Resize it to a width of 4 centimeters with aspect ratio maintained. Okay, when you put here a new width, the height will adjust itself to maintain the proportion between width and height. Otherwise, it would be distorted. Okay, so here, 4. Okay, the width 4. As you click enter, the height is already reduced proportionally, so the image is not distorted. And this is what is meant by aspect ratio maintained. Align it to the right of the column, but you cannot do this until you allow the text to wrap around the image. So wrap text square. Okay, now text is floating or flowing around the image, and we want the image to be on the right side. Now you can pull it with the mouse to the right. Okay, align to the right of the paragraph, start cheating. Okay, click on button save. Every now and then, click on button save. Locate the table. Let us look for this. This is that table. Okay, fortunately, it has borders visible. Okay. Format the first row of the table so it looks like this. Also here, this cell is already merged. Okay, what do I have to do? It is already centered. Maybe I only need to apply shading. So put the pointer in this cell and use that button and apply a gray shading for the background. Okay, format the first row of the table. It looks like this. Okay, sort the data in the table from Asia specific to rest of the world. Asia specific should be on top. Rest of the world should be on bottom. Okay, however, region and daily usage and down growth, these are the titles. They shouldn't move. Okay, first let us highlight all rows except the top row, that is global cycle. And if you want to sort, click on that button A to Z. But please, before you attempt to sort, please check this. My list has a header because region and daily usage and download growth, these are titles for the data. So click on that radio button and change it to header row. My data has a header row. After you apply this, you can find that it is behaving in a very convenient way because you can sort with region. So this is sort by region and leave it ascendingly. Leave it ascending. Then as Asia Pacific will be on top and region, okay. And then click OK. Okay. Nothing has changed. I want it descending. Okay, that's the trick. Go back to sort and change it to descendingly, and then click OK. My data has header row. Again, my data has header row, and change it to descendingly. And as you can see, region and daily usage and are on top. These three rows, these three pieces of information are sorted in a descending order. Okay. Okay. Insert a new row as the last row of the table and enter the following details. Americas. How can you insert a row below the table? Okay. If you can go and find that button, click on it. There is a blank row at the bottom of the table. And then start typing. So, Americas, 7%. This is 7, and this is percent. And then 19, and this is 19, and this is percent. Okay. Okay. Apply the VC table style to rows 2 to 8 only. Highlight rows 2 to 8 and apply to them VC table. Okay. Apply to them VC table. Okay. Apply row 1 to 8. Okay. Apply to row 1 to 8 a 3 to 4 point black external border with no internal grid line displayed when print. Okay, let us do this. Applies to row 1 to 8, which means the entire table. So highlight the entire table. Okay, so from 1 to 8. Okay, let us change that. You click on that plus, so the whole table is highlighted. I want a black external border, 3 to 4 points. If you want to control borders, click on that arrow and select borders and shading. From here, you can better control borders. Okay, I would like the new border to be applied to box. So not all, apply to box. Okay, apply to box. Okay, and make it 3 points thick. And when you apply it to box, I think the internal grid lines will disappear, and this is what I want. If you apply it to grid, the internal borders will remain. Apply it to box. Apply it, definitely not to all. Let us see, click on that. Okay, now I think borders, the outside border is 3, is thick, and inside borders are not visible. I just have a little setting in my computer to show them as dotted lines. Okay, these dotted lines will not print in the document. However, it will help me. Let us see. Let us see. Make sure all text in each row is displayed on one line. Now I have a bit of advantage because I can see where the borders between cells are. And I have to move this little bit to the right, move this little bit to the right until no wrapping. If borders here are invisible, you will find it difficult to find. This is how you can change the width. Yeah, now I don't have wrapping. Now I don't have wrapping. Okay, so if you're, I still have some dotted lines to know where borders are. But if the borders are invisible, you would find it more difficult. I would rather then change the row width, the column width, so everything is on one line, and then go back and make it no internal grid lines display. Okay? Okay. Table borders and all data fits within the column width. I think they do. You may think that, okay, I will take that border to here and take that border to here so that I can easily avoid text wrapping. There is 8-point space after the table. I cannot do space after the table. I go to the paragraph that follows the table and press on that button and make 8 points before the table. 8 points before the paragraph. So I need 8 points after the table. I just make it 8 points before the paragraph that follows the table. Now it looks like there is 8-point space after the table, but actually there is 8-point space before the paragraph that follows the table. Okay. Okay, spell check. I'm about to finish. Spell check and proofread the document. Do you think there are any spelling mistakes? If your name is highlighted as a spelling mistake, just don't change it, because the dictionary cannot recognize proper nouns, names of person or places. However, we can get rid of those styles. We don't need them at all. However, there are some precautions I would like to apply. I would use here select all and then click on the dictionary and just make sure it is all English United Kingdom, because there are two kinds of spelling, English US and English UK. You have to follow the English UK spelling. And also, table is not split over the 2 columns or pages. Table is not split. Okay, no widow orphan. Also, there is another precaution. The whole file is still highlighted. Click on that arrow beside the paragraph and line and page breaks, and make sure, tick here, make sure the whole file has widow orphan control activated. Okay, there is no widow orphan. No problem at all. I think that it looks fine. No blank pages, original style maintained, styles applied consistently, space is consistent. Save the document with the same file name and formatted. Print the document. So you click on button save, and then you print it. You print and get it on paper. Make sure your details are on, and this is the end of the word processing task. It was worth 23 marks, quite a lot. Thank you very much for attention.